everybody. Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach, the 74th birthday of Israel. Beautiful job, by the way, Tzvi Premins, for a beautiful, nice hollow, beautiful hollow today. Thank you for that, Rabbi Nachle, for the lighting, and also for... Okay, everybody help themselves to breakfast this morning, sponsored by Ellen Schiff Mayer and Lisa Goodman. The Zach conditioners, Avram Shmuel Ben Chaim Yoel, Edward Musson, whose yahrzeit is today. And Rabbi Goodman celebrating a birthday also in the family today, right? What time is the barbecue? Tonight. And whose birthday is it today?
What?
Whose birthday is it today?
My son's birthday tonight.
Hey, okay, so happy birthday, Israel. Everybody help yourself to breakfast as well. So, it's a very, very special day, and I want to dedicate the Torah learning this morning. The fact is, though, that there are 24,669 people that were killed either in the wars for Israel or in terror. And it's fascinating, the first victim was actually killed in 1851. If you go to the Herzl, there's a plaque for this first victim. His name was Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Zoref. He came to Israel in 1808, 1810. And he was among the group that the Vilna Gaon tried to get to Eretz Yisrael. We didn't make it to Israel. But he sent a lot of Hasidim there. So Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Zoref was very active in Yerushalayim and building the structure and spiritual life and physical life. And the Arabs didn't like it. So a group of Arabs killed him by the sword in 1811, 171 years ago. 9 years before Theodor Herzl was born, by the way. Those that say that Zionism did it. 9 years before Theodor Herzl was born, he was killed by the sword. And he made his family swear they would never leave Israel. He was the first victim. The last victim was a security guard from Ariel named by Daniel Golev just a couple of days ago, and may he be the last victim that's killed in Israel. So the Torah learned this morning is dedicated to their memory as we celebrate Yom Haatzmaut. And the fact is, though, all the Jewish holidays are connected to Pesach. All connected to Pesach. How is that the case? The mystics in the descending order, the Akbash system, they have, for example, the Aleph is matched with the last letter. The first letter is matched with the last letter of the Torah. So what Aleph is the first day of Pesach, it corresponds to Tisha B'Av, which means that whatever night the first night of Pesach is, Tisha B'Av falls out the same night. So the second day corresponds to the letter Tav, the letter Shin, which means Shavuos. So whatever the second night is, Shavuos is going to fall out the same night. The third letter corresponds to the letter Resh, which stands for Kriyas HaTorah, which refers to Simchas Torah. The fifth one is Tzom, with Tzaddik, which corresponds to the letter Tzaddik, which is Tzom Kippur. The sixth day corresponds to the letter Pei, Purim. However, the seventh day complained it had no partner. The letter Zayin corresponds in the alphabet to the letter Ayin. It had no partner except Yom Haatzmaut. So Yom Haatzmaut became in 1948. It now corresponds. So whatever day the seventh day of Pesach is, Yom Haatzmaut comes out on that same day of the week. So now it has a partner. Fascinating thing. Nothing is coincidence. So the very fact is, though, that the letter Ayin corresponds to the letter Zayin in the descending order of the alphabet. So now the letter Zayin has a partner in the Israeli independence, the Yom Haatzmaut. So those that talk about Eschalta de Gula, and I just had a conversation with Rabbi J.J. Schachter, are we living in Eschalta de Gula, beginning of the redemptive prophecy? You can watch on YouTube. It's fascinating how you view Israel theological grounds. For here you have proof from the mystics of the connection between Israel, the Israeli Independence Day, and the Pesach holiday, which embodies all the Yom Tovim. Chag Sameach.